Oh my god, guys, I just can't watch it anymore. Wait a minute. Sure. One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 7 was another jam-packed episode, and it was still... yeah, not good. Although it was better than last episode. I mean, it should be, but the action overall was broken and limited as fuck. I wouldn't even say broken because from the shots itself, it wasn't anything ambitious because if you look at the fight from episode 3, that's the definition of a broken fight when a fight is actually trying to move and failing at the execution. But for this, there's definitely some good moments you can say about the animation and disco moment. I'm joking. The glaring issues are the other things that almost making the episode feel very awkward and not enjoyable to watch because this whole episode's action feel empty. Listen, I know there's the whole Takashi Hashimoto tweet / blue sky thing and his perspective with the overseas fans. Of course, people are illiterate and can't contain their emotions, so they just spew out the most illogical shit ever. I'm not surprised. And I don't know why Hashimoto even tweeted that. The whole thing about the watching illegally is the only sentence that was like, really? I know there's past quote-unquote drama about him with, I think, Bleach and Eden Zero. I think it was like about him leaving the project because overseas fans. Don't quote me on that because I can't find the tweet. Anyways, moving on. This episode covered chapter 96 to like 25% of 98. Nothing to really say much. They cut some little interactions. Yeah, cool. I mean, they animated this scene that was supposed to be in the last episode. So, I guess that's a point. It's also crazy that they haven't used CG for the monsters. I feel like they haven't. I don't know why. I mean, they don't need it because there's nothing moving much. But I want to see them flexing it because it looks good. They are doing the CG stuff for that one assassin anime this season. I saw this scene, I was like, I don't know why that looked like JC Stuff CG, but because I saw them a lot in the credits. Also, that show is going downhill. Surprisingly, for the first time, someone is storyboarding an episode that's not Shinpei Nagai. Well, alongside Shinpei Nagai, you can say. We have Omar Valejos. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And the episode is directed by Shuji Miyazaki. Again, someone who's capable of making something good. Turns out to be absolutely rushed and badly paced for the 5-6 times. For Omar, it looks like this is his first credit in an anime. He produced and directed this little PV 6 months ago, but again, what's the point on bringing these talents when they can't even put their all into it? Fucking unfortunate. This episode was also partially outsourced to Wuji Xiaoshan, as you see in the second key animation and animation directors. There's Chinese names and Korean names. It's not just that studio though. Again, Chinese Korean people, they're not at fault, but having names that's not in JC stuff is very concerning in this list like key animation because let's take Mugen Gacha. OPM Season 3 and Mugen has the same studio credited doing in-betweenings and finished animation, but the difference is with the recent episode of these two are one has a mix of people with minimal people that's in JC stuff involved and the other one is mostly all people that's working in JC stuff. And again, I'm glazing Shigeaki Kimoto with those sexy ass corrections. Poggers. This episode had 8 ADs, probably more because there's just studio names attached and it was an episode that moved more since the action is the main focus here. Overall, the action was limited frames and very awkward at times. There was some decent looking cuts like Tatsumaki versus the Lich King, whatever his name was. The effects was moving, definitely showed the scale a bit more, and of course the Atomic Samurai scene was the best, although this is from the pre-animated trailer that Kazunori Ozawa did, with some added scenes that made it make sense. Although cutting to this and this, you can see the disconnect because this scene was not supposed to be in the anime. Also, I don't know why they didn't use the other pre-animated scene for Flashy Flash and Puri Puri Prisoner. I mean, if you use Ozawa's scene for Atomic, might as well do the other ones, but they didn't use it and made it worse. Nice. The limited animation really made some scenes very awkward, like Darkshine running very slowly and Tatsumaki doing this pose very stiffly, weird speedlines placements, and overall it's just very bad, and that's not even the worst thing for me. The worst part is the pacing and music placements. I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again and again. The direction is very lackluster and abrupt. Some scenes just needed to breathe a bit more, because if you don't do that, cutting to different stuff can make it feel very disjointed and again abrupt. The music is another thing. I get what they're doing with some of the characters having their own music, like Mizuki, Flashy Flash, and Pretty Pretty Prisoner with his gay ass music. You love to hear it. But changing OSTs every 30 seconds, or even way less than that, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound consistent, you can say. Like Blue Lock did this, they played a lot of music, not to this degree though, but it sounded better and more cohesive because every time they don't just change OSTs like it's a fucking Spotify playlist. Sometimes it's good to not use background music and maybe let the sound effects carry the audio visual, like the Rin and Sai showdown. No music, just perfect audio masterpiece thingamajiggy. Coming back to the animation, I mean, what else is there to point out? Yeah, bad. Disco effect overuse. 6 fingers, guys! Oh my god, AI! It's not AI, don't be retarded. The introduction of these people are okay, I guess. Again, the pacing makes it very uneventful because they just moved on to other scenes like it's nothing, although those people are very important. The lighting on this scene is nice though. It's from the aftermath of Garou versus Orochi. That's why you see the orange flame lighting thing. And Orochi's just standing there looking menacingly, I guess. Drawing quality, of course, it's not as bad as last episode, but I didn't see much awful looking drawings like last time. But of course, there's iffy looking ones and some nice looking drawings. Like this is a good example. Why did they even use this shot of Atomic, which looks not the best, versus the next shot, which is this one? Like, why didn't they just use this one and just make it pan up or something? I mean, yeah, it's to make us see that Atomic is rotating his head to see what's behind him, but why? Nande. Next episode is one of the major fights, although the producer said episode 9 is the big one. I doubt it though. I don't even fucking know if she even watched the episode. And Takashi Hashimoto also hyped up, quote unquote, an episode that they poured their hearts into. So it's cool that Hashimoto is in this project, although he did tease his participation for this project a while ago. Considering Aoki is not on this episode again, do I still have my cope? Kinda. Again, we still don't have concrete evidence how much production time they have. We just have guesses now. But maybe Aoki is doing something big and some other people, because his participation for this anime and Mugen Gacha especially has been very minimal to say compared to his previous stuff. But we hope and cope, maybe. Flashy Flash, save us. If you guys like the video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a like. Comment down below your thoughts about this episode, and yeah. While we get into the video, see you guys next time.